Nah? New stream? You open? What is going on out here? Trying out the new setup. As everybody speculates about what's going on here. Taco Fun, thanks, buddy. Did anybody actually just catch the open? Okay, you did. You did. Was the sound playing on that? Like, did that all work? There we go. Looks like our font is too small on Restream. Thanks, man. A little different. A little pulled back. Sound is playing. So because I have it embedded now with the video, I can't hear it. All my intros before I used to be able to hear. Now I can't hear it. That's kind of sad. That's great. Yeah, this is like, I wasn't really planning on streaming, but. Oh yeah, man, there's a new background, but I'm literally just giving this a test. So like testing out the new setup, seeing how we feel about it, and figure we can just talk about what's going on in the market and do a little impromptu, like hour-long stream here. Yeah, man, I think it looks good. I think it looks good. But, you know, I designed it, so I would think it would look good, right? Whether or not you guys like it, that's kind of the point. I'm good, man. I'm really good. Like, why can I not read that? Because it was flipped to support right there. I'm great, man. We down from now? Like, are you saying are we going down? I don't know. What do you think? I'll give my opinion too, but. I'll get into streaming, but I want to go full anon. There's a new NFT project that lets you hollow with your NFT. Come on, dude. Really? That'd be kind of sick. You say, okay, so Maverick, you're saying you feel 52K is coming, but we're going to go down first? I'm trying to understand what you're saying, because you said we go down from now, and then you said 52K, so I'm not sure what you mean. I will say that I streamed a week and a day ago, so 8 days ago. Well, I mean, at this point, I'm doxxed as fuck, so I don't really care. But I would be intrigued to do it just for laughs. So I streamed on this day, I think 28th, 28th. Yeah, 28th, right here, a week and a day ago. And I said, yeah, you know what? I think there's 3 reasons to be short here. And that is held the entire time. Buy a bunch of red identities. No shit, dude. I was thinking about that. I was thinking about, like, that's a great call. Yeah, you know what? So I'm not going to play the video again because I played it last week, but this, when we were right here, I did close my hedge, by the way. So I closed my hedge right around here, 44, 45. I didn't open a new position though. And even when I saw it happening, I was like, this little dip down to 44.2 or whatever, didn't really love it. I didn't really love it. So I was kind of thinking to myself, like, I would like to see that area hold again, because like just a little stab down and back, it's not really putting the pressure that you need to put on something to like verify it's real. You know what I mean? So I think that it would be pretty interesting. I guess I can actually make this fucking accurate. There we go. If we saw the pressure points down here, and Maverick, to your point, that would be that liquidity run, because really the problem right now is like people who get chopped all the time. Like where are their stops right now? Like, look at this. Look at this. Look at what we have right here. If you longed anywhere up here, where are your stops? Got some of them there. There's probably a few more down here. I'd have to check High Block or just see if Crypto ISO tweeted about it recently. But I would guess that there's a big block of liquidations here. So I would personally not mind seeing that. What I don't like about this is that like 4-hour MACD is essentially just holding around like the range area. So whenever you see MACD just kind of banging around the 0 line, it doesn't have any momentum one way or the other. So however strong or the opposite of strong, weak you feel the movement has been, this is just literal chop, literal fucking chop. Whenever I hear somebody talk about chop and they're like, oh, this fucking price action is fucking bullshit, man. It's fucking bullshit. I always look to see like on what time frames is it choppy as shit. And then if it's that time frame, I go, all right, that person trades on 15-minute charts, or that person trades on 30-minute charts, or that person trades on 5-minute charts, or whatever it may be, because they almost always out themselves by being like, oh, it's fucking choppy PA, man, it's fucking bullshit. Meanwhile, like, there's not really much to say at this point. I will say that I don't think this is the move. But you have to look at like previous moves like this. So like this could theoretically be right here. This was July of last year, August of last year, where we got this little breakout to the top of the zone, which is kind of what we're getting, and then a pull back in that scared everybody out of their mind, right? Like that was this right here. Now it happened a lot quicker already. Like that would have already happened and resumed up. So I don't really, I'm not really sure how I feel about this right now. But I will say this. You can see both sides of this. This is what this shit's supposed to look like if there's two parties in an area battling. Okay? This is what the area is supposed to look like because you have wicks on either side. On 12 hour, on 8 hour, I mean, look at this shit, dude. This is compression of price for crypto is different than compression of price for stocks. Compressions in price for stocks, which are heavily regulated, heavily algoed, look very, very different. You almost have to look at it with a line chart, which, by the way, goddamn, look at that shit. Just exactly on my fucking line. I never even looked at that. But literally, it just came up. It's like they knew my line was coming, and they were like, Jared drew it. We should sell off here. But like you can see supply here. Supply, rinse out. Demand, supply. So if you think of it like you see the actual bar length on either side compressing, that's actually a good thing. It means you're about to get a move. I guess that's the better way I would put it. If you see this shit just straight up compressing, then you're gonna get a move one way or the other. I don't know which way I feel right now, to be honest with you. I think up. And that's mainly because there's like decreasing momentum on this move right now. So that's what this is on the MACD daily. Kind of declining, nothing crazy. Yeah, I'll talk about it, Bullet. It's part of the reason why I'm streaming. If Twitter is turned into Bearland, then yeah, there's probably a good chance we go higher. But like we're declining in momentum, but not so much that I'm like, holy shit, right? Like this is what the decline in momentum looked like at the top. The 60s, okay? Do you notice how pronounced this momentum was just completely working off? And then this is how we call the top, the literal fucking top. Go back and watch my stream, guys. I know you don't believe me. They're all fucking recorded. Literally all November, I was like, looks like shit, guys. You might want to hedge here. Like I'm not saying it will, but you might want to take cover. And then it fucking happened because you see these like protracted drops in momentum. And when you see a drop in momentum that is then a new high is taken out, you'll see a lot of people that don't know how to trade on Twitter go, oh shit, we broke through the highs. We're going to the moon. You know, fuck what you heard. Bitcoin to $1 million right now. Like you hear a lot of really stupid shit. And then you look at momentum and you go, oh my God, this is a literal fucking definition divergence. This is a definition divergence. You got a slightly higher high and a severely lower high on the momentum move. Okay. So it gives you a super clear vision of what's about to happen. And that just wasn't protracted. And you go, well, how would you know, man? Like you can't know that for sure that it's going to break down. Yeah, you actually can, because what would have to happen in order for this signal to be invalidated, and by the way, you don't take it until you get a turn down. That's why I have these circles in the MACD, right? This circle right here, see this circle? It's red, where it goes from blue to red. You have to wait for that to close for this signal to be activated. So technically we weren't actually short until this, which would have been like 65. So if MACD continues to move up and overtakes the previous area, so that'd be this area right here, then you kind of have that momentum reset. And you can go, all right, onward and upward. If you see that shit happen, you can feel pretty good that the momentum is real, the move is real, and you can kind of like grab your position with confidence, right? So what makes me, simultaneously, like really, to be honest with you, more confused than anything else is we see this decreasing momentum here, but it's not crazy yet. Like it's just kind of moving to the side, just drifting sideways. And that's not bad. It's not good. And you see the battle going on with these wicks on either side. Okay. When there's a trend, and we'll just take these couple of days here where we went, Christ, it was 7 straight days. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 straight days up. You see people selling big wicks forward, but then they're always bought up. And you can see like the wicks on the bottom just being non-existent. That's power. Those are sellers taking control. Right through resistance, by the way, which is where it needs to happen, as we talked about. 1, 2, 3, 4 times it was resistance. And then in order to push through, what do? Bam. John says, my spidey sense tells me God Candle is loading. Maybe. I'm not saying it's not. It's just hard. It's hard for me to sit here and be like, yeah, fuck yeah, go long right at resistance, because I haven't seen the pullback I wanted yet. Like literally on the stream 8 days ago, I said, pretty much anywhere under 46, which is this right here, down to 44, and I'm interested. Didn't get far enough for me. Didn't scare enough people yet. So I'm currently hedged short. So I'm 1x short. And that was on just a little pop this morning where I was like, this looks like it's going to break down. So nothing crazy. It's literally just maintaining my USD value. And if we get down into this area, I will close that and I'll probably open a long. So I don't mind really what I'm seeing right now. Link Marine says, are you worried Bitcoin touched support too many times? In my view, Link Marine, this is where I'm different, man. This is where I'm different than most people you probably watch. I know you're first time chatter, so I'll kind of talk to you directly. I am very much high time frame biased. In fact, I had somebody reach out to me a couple days ago who's been watching me literally from the start. So I've been streaming for 14 months now. I've been streaming for 14 months now, and he's been watching me since day one. Super good dude, not gonna dox his name. He can dox himself if he wants. But anyway, he messaged me and he goes, dude, how the fuck do you always get your lines right? How do you always get your lines right? It's unbelievable. Watching for a year, pretty much wherever you draw your lines, it ends up being accurate. How do you do that? And obviously, I'm not saying this to pump my own fucking ego, but my point here is this. One, I've been doing this for a long time, but that's not the point. Link Marines, I'm saying this story now because you said, are you worried to touch support too many times? No. And the reason why I'm accurate more often than almost anybody else you listen to is because I focus on high time frame first, okay? I'm not an intraday scalper. I'm not someone who's here fucking around trying to do a 5x lev scalp. There are people who do that and they're way fucking better than me, okay? Dude, go watch a ninja scalp. And those people are very good at low to medium time frame points, right? Like that's what they're really fucking good at. That's not what I'm good at. I'm good at high time frame macro swings, okay? And I've fucked up a lot this past couple of years, these last couple of years. But I'm saying this because you said, are you worried Bitcoin touched support too many times? In my view, Bitcoin has touched support one time since we broke out. One time, right here. Anything else in here, if anybody said that was support, they're either low time frame scalpers, and you have to take what they say with a grain of salt, okay? You have to understand that like they're looking at things differently than I do, probably differently than you do. And so yes, if you're thinking about it from like a, oh shit, man, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, all the support. But like that's such, it's literally like the guy who taught me how to trade used to put it like this. You got to think of lower time frames like a military, okay? Like a 15-minute time frame is like one dude holding like a handgun trying to stop a tank, right? Like, yeah, like he could have like a unbelievably lucky shot through an area of weakness and he could potentially take that tank out, but it's pretty fucking unlikely. Right? And then the higher you go, it's like a platoon, a squad, a platoon, a unit, the whole fucking army, the Air Force, right? And then you just kind of think of it as like, as you go to higher time frames, there's greater support and there's greater resistance at those time frames, okay? I use that example a lot because I've had a couple people say like, oh, that kind of made sense to me. Like the 5-minute chart is essentially a dude with a fucking slingshot trying to stop an army, an invasion. And the weekly chart is army versus army. Let's see how it's going to go, right? Like that's where real conflict happens. So in my opinion, we have not even touched support, but this one time. And the main area that I want to see is this green area touched again, quite frankly, and proven that this flip is for real. Because again, 1, 2, 3, 4 times it rejected. When we were talking about it down here, I was like, look, it's touched 4 times there and 4 times here. All I know is that wherever it breaks next, it's going to be a powerful move. I mean, are you saying that 44 to 48 was the breadth of the move and we think we're done from here? I don't. So my bias currently right now is long. So I am looking for the safest long, in my opinion, right now is right back down into this 44 to 44.5 area. And if we get that, then fuck yeah, dude. I'm gonna long my balls off because it's proving a lot here. I would really, really, really not want to give this area up. I would not want to give this area up because it wouldn't matter. Like it would technically look so you guys know that when I label shit, I'm not doing it. I'm sorry. I'm not doing it for me. Okay. I'm doing it for you. I can look at this and know pretty quickly what the trend is, right? But the first thing we got here was a higher high, and then we've had equal highs. Down here, we actually, did have higher lows. Okay. Ledger and I were chatting about this area, and he said he had he had tuned into one of my streams a while back and saw me advocating for this being a double bottom higher low. In fact, gave me probably the nicest thing Ledger's ever said to me, and he goes, "I think you're right. I think it's going to confirm. By the way, here it is. This is a double bottom higher low. After the breakout, we got a higher high, double bottom higher low, equal highs. This is another higher low. And then we broke through and now we got a higher high." So those are really the 4 most key points of anything that has happened since we broke the downtrend. The downtrend being this yellow line here, okay? This is the yellow line. The trend was broken. We formed a double bottom higher low. I mean, this was a fucking amazing long opportunity. Amazing long opportunity. And then we got equal high, another higher low, and now we got the higher high. Why am I bringing this up? Well, it's a good question because while technically we could make a higher low anywhere in here, quite frankly, like this could come all the way down in here and go back up, and it wouldn't be bad. It wouldn't be bad. This is what I want you guys to understand. Like when I talk about these things, it's not that I'm saying that this is the end of the fucking world if it happens. It isn't. It's always a sliding scale on what would be the strongest thing that you could see. And a lot of you don't know what I'm talking about, okay? A lot of you don't know what I'm talking about. The only thing that you see as strength is new highs. New highs, that's strength. Yes, new highs, that is strength. That also is only playable if you're a breakout trader. And a lot of you were breakout traders for a long time and it worked out for you. Let me tell you why. Because essentially for this entire fucking area, from the bottom at 3,800, where I was trading this bitch too, if you were a breakout trader, it had been profitable the entire fucking time. You were able to be profitable from March of 20 as a breakout trader pretty much up until May of 21. And then it even hooked you up again. This breakout trader. It was able to hook you up. It was easy mode, man. It was literally the easiest shit ever. So you see that and you go that, yeah, absolutely. John said it best. Easy to be a breakout trader in a bull market. Right. Everybody's a genius in a fucking bull market. Okay. Everybody is. And so it was easy to be like, well, only new highs are strength. That's not true. Okay. You need to hear me when I say this. You have to start looking for secondary clues because this shit is not getting easier. It's getting harder. Secondary clues. Well, a higher low is a trend confirmation. I truly believe we'll get that. I truly believe we'll get the trend confirmation. Okay. But if you want to ask me about how strong is Bitcoin right now, then you look for secondary clues. Like, can we get the higher low after tight consolidation onto a flipped resistance to support area? That's extremely fucking strong. That's the kind of shit that has you rip back up to 55, 56,000, like quickly after you burn off this momentum. It's a more positive, it's a more productive, it's a more constructive type of price action. Okay? But if it comes down to here and we retest the 50-day, which is very possible, okay? I'm not going to say likely, but it's possible. It's not a bad thing. In a lot of respects, you need to show that the 50-day is proven. And a lot of you probably can't see it because I have it pretty fucking low on my screen. But there you go. So that's the 50-day moving average. The 50-day, just like I said 8 days ago, like the 200-day, fucking matters. I know a lot of you think that it doesn't, but the 50-day is what is commonly referred to as the mean regression line, okay? So whenever you get a major move to one side or the other, usually it's the 50-day that's tapped to like confirm that move. Now here, we got fucked so hard it didn't happen. It should have happened here. In fact, I was ready to short my balls off if we actually got this test. Like right here. I had this so keyed up and ready to go that I was like, I'm gonna literally make my year by shorting, because if I get this tap of the underside, it would have been, look at that. It would have been equal high, equal double top, lower high on what ended up being the trend. But we were so weak that we couldn't even get there. So that was indicative of a shitty go, right? Like it's just, there was nothing in the market at the time. So that should have been the 50 MA flip. But just like when we couldn't get it here, it was weakness. There was not enough power to even get to the point to try to test the 50 MA again from the bottom side. We broke through and we just limp-dicked it, guys. We just limp-dicked it, like couldn't even get there, right? So that shows uber weakness. Well, you know what the opposite of that is? Flipping the 50 MA and having it be so strong we don't even come down to tap it again. Like again, these are secondary productive things that can happen with Bitcoin, or that can happen with price action. This isn't just, goddamn, my neck hurts. This isn't just regarding Bitcoin. This is all price action. It doesn't matter what it is you're looking at. This is accurate. This is true. And vice versa here. That's right, Kali. So the thing is, goddamn. If we can hold this, broke the resistance, long it because it's now flipped to support, don't even give those moving average traders, which is what they are, guys. Almost every fucking algo that you think of is based on moving average trading. Now, it's not explicitly moving average trading, but like they focus on it. Where it's, 50 segment MA, 25 segment MA on whatever time frame they're moving on. Like moving average traders are a real thing. So can we get the most productive move, which would be a higher low right here? Second most productive move would be a higher low right here. It would be fine if we just held the lower side of this channel and didn't break down. But again, it's like our primary. I'll show you. I'll make this as easy as fucking as possible for you guys to understand what I'm saying here. Right? Like there's your 3 scenarios for a higher low. Does that make sense? Oh, Zook found the new emojis. There's two new emotes, by the way. So option 1, green, option 2, yellow, option 3, red. And it's not that red is bad. It's just not as good. It's just not as good. Okay. So if you're asking me for a plan, that would be the plan. Just like when I told you before we broke out here, I said if you didn't get long down here, I wouldn't buy yet. I would wait to see if we broke through this resistance. By the way, we broke through the resistance, and what do you know? It was a $5,000 move. Now we're going to come back down. If you get this reversal here, yes, I think it's worth longing. The key there is the reversal, which again, a lot of you won't hear, and you'll just blindly long and then be pissed when you get stopped out. But eventually you'll learn. If this is not given, and we get another breakout, like straight up through the 200 day, that would be your next area to long. But just like I said last week, I really don't want us to deviate this hard right now. I'm okay with us burning this bitch off. Like I would do this for 2 more weeks because everyone would go crazy. Everyone would go crazy. Just fucking flagging. Taking liquidity on either side. People would go crazy. It would be great. It'd be great. I fucking love it. So, I saw Maverick say earlier, which I can't read all you've sent like 1,900 messages already, but I saw you say something about alts, and that's 100% true. It's like a straight up alt party right now, man. It is a straight up alt party right now. And we're just kind of at the behest of the markets. I'll tell you what's fucking us up today. This. Because they got the same thing going on. This is the S&P 500 futures contract. The S&P 500 is proving whether or not there's support right now. Look at what they're doing. Look what we're doing. Them. Us. Them. Us. Probably the most interestingly bullish thing is that they're testing support that was formed the same time that we did this, and we're not there yet. So that's again like a tiny clue, not something actionable, but like, okay, so is there relative strength right now for Bitcoin and crypto? And I think there is. I think there is. Juno is at support. Juno is also down. Volume increasing where? And that's actually not true, Maverick. I don't know what you do. I don't know if you're a trader. I mean, I think I've seen you here before, but like, I don't know if I necessarily agree with you because it's a sign of chop. This is a problem. I think a lot of people incorrectly interpret shit. Volume is not always a good sign. Fucking ad break. Volume is not always a bad sign either. Let me know when you're back. I don't think everyone's on ad break right now, so when you get back, let me know. Nibbler, what's up, buddy? Hey, Nibbler, there's some new emotes, man. There's some new emotes. Just check them out. Rick by an ad. Lamo. Back. All right, sweet. Thank you, guys. So it's not that, right? Like the thing about volume is contextual. Volume is contextual. In a lot of respects, guys, most of you are better served with taking volume off your chart than having it on your chart because you'll read into shit incorrectly. What I opened the show saying was you see these wicks on either sides. It means there's actually a battle happening right now. You actually see market makers or people that are, supply and demand coming together. And that's what wicks on either side are, right? Yeah, you got the picture of me. You got the plus EV that you can actually see. Pretty sick. And then the whale. I don't know where the whale came from. I think it's from our last hype train. But Maverick, good on you. So I wouldn't necessarily say that it's a bad thing. I just see two parties that are actually like, they're duking it out right now. They're duking it out right now. So top side, bottom side. And if that happens, you see volume increase. I have actually been watching Bookmap. Okay. Bookmap is something that you can use to look at the live order books for the S&P 500 futures contracts, where two mega whales, I'm talking hundreds of millions of dollars, probably billions of dollars, are fighting over a spot. And if you have it on low time frame while you're watching Bookmap, like 5 minute or whatever it is, you can see them. Yeah, giga whales. You can see them buying and selling simultaneously. Price doesn't even move a fucking handle, which is a quarter of a contract. Doesn't even move a handle. And you will see volume just absolutely explode. It's insane. You'll see like a daily volume's worth of trading happen in like 45 seconds. And exactly right. They're essentially telling each other to fuck off. I think I'm right. I think you're right. And it's always very, very interesting because whichever way price moves from there, you don't know who the buyer was or who the seller was, like meaning you don't know the account. But you can watch, okay, this guy was selling, this guy was buying. If we keep moving higher, you can see the seller and eventually they get scared and you see them unload their position, which is the capitulation rip after that sort of an encounter, which is hysterical to see. But if you weren't looking at that live, you would look at that area and go, oh shit, that was a massive volume area. We're going to the moon. No, that actually should be cut in half, if not further. Like those were two guys essentially having a dick measuring contest. And it played out on the chart. So, that is what I would say about volume. Volume at the highs doesn't bother me. It's just churn. A lot of people don't even think about churn. Most of the time, volume is misleading because the thing about volume, guys, is volume is secondary to price. If you're thinking about like, well, how there's Jared's MACD indicator, there's volume, there's chart patterns, there's candles, there's candlesticks. How do I organize it all? 1 through 7 of the things you should look at is price. And then after that, you can add in your indicators. Okay? And then your other like fancier shit that you do. It's all about price. It's why capitalism is great. People are going to go, why the fuck, where did that come from? Capitalism. Well, The only way capitalism works is with a price coordinated economy or price coordinated services. Like, how much is this worth? However much somebody's willing to pay. Price builds in every factor there is. If there's a factor to be known about, it is built into the price at that moment. And a lot of people think it's the other way around. It's not. I guarantee you, by the time you hear about some shit happening, people with 1,000 times more money than we have already known about it, and they've already built their positions based off of it, even if it was something that happened 30 minutes ago. Okay? Price is all that matters. Price is all that matters. So what do I see right now? Just like what I said, guys. These are the areas for me. I'm not worried. It's very much alt season. I have more alts in my bag now than I've had in a long fucking time. You see people like Messi building positions. I'm seeing alts absolutely fly. I'll have you know, I have multiple full Ethereum tokens. Kylox says, where do you think we are at in 3 months? You know what, Kylox? First off, interesting name. Kyle Ox? Kylox? Lox like the salmon on bagels? Or just like another one? Yeah, finally ADA. Fuck out of here. If the day that I own ADA, not ironically, or not shorting, is the day that I quit. Move this closer so I can just talk and like not have to worry about it. 3 months from now is interesting because the upgrade for Ethereum is supposed to happen in June. Okay. And that is interesting to me. And you can also see that Ethereum has had control of the ball here. Ethereum has had control of the ball here. And yeah, I really don't think it's at its proper resistance yet. So like that's kind of a meme. Like that stopping there. No reason to. No reason for that to happen. Yeah, this is definitely going to go higher. This at the very least gets to 0.078. Bobby Faxler, what's up, buddy? Link Marines 3 months of all season. Yeah, honestly, probably. But here's what I have my head on a swivel for. It's now April 5th. And if you guys have been listening to me for any length of time, this isn't how my shit works. God damn. Be wearing a neck brace next time you guys see me. If you remember last year, I made jokes about selling May and go away, and I didn't fucking do it. And that was this, okay? Like May was just a straight up bloodbath. And there's a lot of truth in that, okay? There is a lot of truth in that. So, it's a little tough. It's a little tough. Part of me very much thinks that I should be opportunistic about taking profits early right now, like being just a little bit more cautious. Just a little bit more cautious than maybe I'd like to be. That said, let me show you the counter side of that argument. You've been doing this shit as long as I have. I mean, look at the actual, like, this was DeFi summer, right? Right here, this is DeFi summer. So, like, we didn't really have it that year, right? Like, the dump happened in Corona, and then we just kind of rounded out on Bitcoin. And, you know, here you go, in the 20, right? Like, this, look at this tight ass consolidation throughout all of DeFi summer. Look at this shit. $250 and $217 on Ethereum. So many of you have gotten into trading since like Ethereum was a 4-digit token, but like I bought my first Ethereum for $80. Okay. $80. And I remember it going to 200 and being like, fuck man, that's expensive. I don't know. Right? But it was literally the cleanest shit ever, man. It was level to level, and you didn't see the dump here. I mean, there's a little bit here, but it quickly rebounded. So I don't know, man. It's only a 2-year sample size, but I will say that the standard market typically does work that way. And there's probably more to be worried about in the standard market than there is in the right market. Yeah, John, no joke, man. Did I put Pudgies in the title of this? Because I meant to, even if I didn't. Yeah, I bought 3 Pudgy Penguins like months ago, and I've been underwater forever. And I looked today, and I was like, motherfucker, I'm gonna get a car. Like, this shit's great. And I think it's going higher. So I have like a crew, a network of people that I go to talk, like, that are experts. By the way, Kaz gave me a new drop. Gave me some new alpha today. I'm not going to share it because that's his stick, but I'm sure he will. So I have these like NFT people, that I'm always like, yeah, is this for real? Or like, should I be selling this shit? And I was like, yo, man, Pudgies are like mooning. Should I be selling into this? And I asked like 3 different groups of people, including Stack Labs, which is its own repository of fucking knowledge, right? If you're not in my Telegram room, you don't like money. All right? Straight up. If you are not in my Telegram room, you do not enjoy money, because there's alpha dropped in there constantly. So I always go there and say, hey, what do you guys think about this? So I asked 3 different people and the Stack Labs room, being for what's going on with Pudgies, Pudgy Penguins, should I sell them? And almost every single one of them, of people that are far more clued into NFTs than I am, were like, fuck no, nope. Pengus are more likely to go to 10 than they are to retrace where they are right now. And I was like, I'm sorry, what? Okay. Let's go. That's awesome. So yeah, you're starting to see some crazy shit happen right now, which is just indicative of an alt season, and that's fine. But like, look at Ethereum, man. Ethereum, Bitcoin. Ethereum, Bitcoin. Guess who's leading the market right now, folks? It is not Bitcoin, it's Ethereum. And so the reason why I'm even bringing this up was the question, which I did not forget about. What do you think happens the next 3 months? There's like a pit in my stomach that says, Jared, you fucking thought this last year and you ignored it, and it cost you money. So, okay. I will keep that in mind. But with the ETH merge happening in June, and everyone's like, June, that's the summer. Guys, it's fucking April. It's April 5th right now. It's less than 2 months away. Are you fading that? Like, you want to fade that? I don't know. Here's what I'll say. You got to do what's right for you. I am going to be long more often than I'm not, but I will define the areas where I think my thesis is off, and I will take that loss. And the problem with being a macro swing trader is those are big areas, okay? Those are big fucking areas. Like, I would have to see a breakdown of this level on Bitcoin, like badly, and then not be able to retake it for me to get out. And that'll probably cost me 15%. But I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. Yeah, I mean, Ethereum looks great. Ethereum looks fucking great. This line is not even accurate. It should be here. All right, so John says, okay, JP, here's a question. Hearing loads of rumors of big news at BTC conference, new country, apparently a big one, adopting BTC, being announced at the conference, just like El Salvador was. What you think about that? Well, but I'm going to talk about all of Soluna here in a second. Like, I remember last year when they announced El Salvador and watching the chart as it happened, and I was like, okay, so no one gives a shit. No one gave a shit. They didn't. I think it becomes more and more impactful as more countries get on board, which is what we need to have happen. Essentially, we're at the place now in the development of Bitcoin where we need more micro strategies, and we need more countries to actually help provide a level of buy pressure that we haven't seen. And the reason why I say that is based on the conversation I had on Friday with Ataxia and BAP, which, by the way, I had a lot of fun in that conversation. Hopefully we'll have those guys back again soon. I already created their guest tags. Watch, you ready? Boom. Boom. If we get them back, you know, I'll be able to put that up there. Yeah, Maverick says we need BlackRock 10 trillion. The thing is, man, like they can't even really get in yet. Winnie says 5-digit ETH this year. I mean, that's what what's his dick said? Arthur. And by the way, Maverick said people will dump in July. No, they actually won't. In fact, there's a more bullish case post-merge than there is during the merge. This is what I think a lot of people don't understand, because after the merge happens, there's going to be 90 days of zero inflation on Ethereum. It's only going to be deflationary, which has never happened in the history of Ethereum. So you're going to see deflationary Ethereum for 90 days post-merge. Are you fading that? I don't think so, kids. Yeah, I think it's going to be a very bullish summer. I really do. And the thing is, like, it's easy to look back on this shit and say, like, oh, well, yeah, in hindsight, this shit was 2020. I mean, I did it last July, when I was like, we're going long. This is very clear. It was in July, right? And it was the fucking bottom, and we literally ran that bitch through the end of the year, okay? It was very clear to me at that moment that this was do or die. This dotted line was do or die. Of course, I had like 20 followers and 20 viewers at the time, so no one gives a shit. But it was clear to me at the time. It's also very clear to me right now, we've only been getting productive signals from the market ever since February 4th. We've only been getting productive signals from the market since February 4th. And again, price is all that matters. This is a trend line. We broke the trend line and we formed a higher low and higher highs. We have a new trend up. That's what we're getting from Bitcoin right now. From Ethereum, same fucking deal, except for stronger. It's battling with its 200-day average right now, which is not a small thing. Okay? ETH BTC had this. And broke the fuck out. And we have a higher high. So all of the high time frame clues you're getting right now, what is there to be bearish about? Crypto ISO said something a little bit ago on Twitter, which was pretty accurate. He was like, whenever I hear somebody talking about a bear case, they keep talking about, you know, the M1 money supply and the Fed and inflation. And he said, just like very, very coolly, which you guys should follow him, crypto_ISO. He said very, very like coolly and calm, I'm pretty sure people know about those things now, right? Which is why I would say to you, price is what fucking matters. I try very, very hard, like very hard, to not be a news hawk. In fact, I unfollow and mute people constantly. Oh, shut the fuck up. Sorry. I unfollow and mute people constantly because you'll get your head bogged down in so much noise. And if you're taking a look at the market and the things that matter, we have positive signal on Bitcoin, broke the downtrend, formed higher lows. Broke the downtrend on Ethereum USD, formed higher lows. And Ethereum BTC also broke the downtrend in forming new higher highs and higher lows. Those are three extremely productive things. Let's go to ES. Yeah, this sucks, okay? This does not look good. I said all along, if you were to think about shorting, it would be right here. So, all right, fair enough. Trying to regain the channel. That said, it did the same goddamn thing. Okay? It broke its downtrend and it made a new high. So like, that's not bearish. That's not bearish. Russell looks like shit. And you know why Russell looks like shit? I'll tell you why. Because you know who's going to get fucked by inflation the most? Small businesses. Small businesses. It's still not even that bad. It flipped the 50-day, but like, it looks the worst of the three. And like, you know, Russell 2000 are the people who are going to essentially grab their ankles and take it. They can't deal with it. Really, the most bearish thing is this. Like, this is the most bearish thing that we have right now. Long live Simba. What's up? Long live Simba indeed. The most bearish thing I can find for you right now is this. But let me give you a silver lining on this. This is probably going to be the most impactful thing that I say today. And I already gave you a ton of fucking alpha, so, you know. If you think, like just think about this for a moment, okay? Take a step back. Listen to what I'm about to tell you. Okay. I'm doing this on purpose. I'm making you think. Yep, there we go. Okay. This is the M1 money supply, okay? How much money has been printed essentially since the pandemic started, okay? I'm bringing this up on purpose. It is relevant. It is relevant to the point I'm about to make. Here's the pandemic right here, March of 20. Here's 2019. There was about, you know, we were at 4,000. Now we're at 20,000. Okay? Keep that in mind. If we go back to 20, essentially when we started printing ourselves to oblivion, it was here. And you saw strength in the dollar then. You saw strength in the dollar then. There is now 5 times the amount of floating US dollars than there were when we got this boost at the start of the pandemic. Okay? Are you telling me that you think with 5 times supply that we are just going to blast through this level on DXY? You think we're just gonna like, oh yeah, fuck it. I know that there's now 5 times more tokens than there were before, and there's resistance here, but no, I'm sure we have the strength to overcome that massive obstacle. No. It does look like it's breaking out. It is. But this line here and this entire consolidation area is really what I'm talking about. So really the reason why I said if you listen to one thing today, it probably should be this, is this area right here. Yes, it's a large area. It's from 99 to 101. If I were a betting man, just like when I said down here, I'm pretty sure we're not going to see this shit fall apart down in the low 80s of the dollar, okay? Same concept. If I were a betting man, you may see a breakout here. You may see some crazy shit happen, but it's going to be very, very difficult for us to break through this previous consolidation. Again, this is a 3-day chart, all right? Now, you have this support that's formed here. That was previous R, okay. But I would be looking for some shit like this and then a bleed back down and possibly a trend shift on the dollar. Because again, the fact that this chart looks the way that it does defies logic and reason, folks. The fact that this chart looks the way that it does defies all logic and reason. We have 7.5 8% year-over-year inflation, and the dollar has been in an uptrend since May of 21. Again, relative to other currencies, right? But that does not make sense. That is like just like pure, there's the definition of cognitive dissonance, right? Like, yes, I hear what you're saying, but it doesn't really add up. So we got this trend. You've essentially had a trend now for a year. We're coming up on a year of higher highs and higher lows. So I think at the very least, you see a sideways consolidation, and we'll probably see this trend break. Okay. That. And that would be the bottom side of the trend now. You could get all the way over here and just kind of move sideways. You probably see this trend break. It could last throughout the entire summer. And as you see dollar weakness, crypto will correspondingly go up. Yeah, no, I have a good idea why this is. I just think that theory is starting to play out. I'll talk about it in a second here. So if we're thinking about our actual plan for the next 3 months, it's head on a swivel. But quite frankly, guys, I think it's more likely that we are game on through the summer than we are game off. And it's probably our last chance for a while. So it's time to buckle the fuck up. It's time to work harder. It's time to stay up late. It's time to join the Stack Labs Telegram room because I'm opening the Discord tomorrow. We are building our research teams tomorrow. We are getting together, and I'm going to have these research teams. We're going to meet weekly. We're going to talk about what's best on each chain, okay? Yeah, it's no sleep season, like right now. It's no sleep season right now. What's the money supply chart? That's how many dollars are in existence. So essentially, how many dollars have been printed, during this entire year, Simba? That's what it is. I need to add that to my shit anyway. But yeah, so how many dollars in existence? Pre-pandemic? Post-pandemic? 5 times. Can they reduce the supply? Yes, they can reduce the supply. By upping interest rates. You got it. That's why the whole interest rate discussion is what it is, folks. But it's a catch-22. There you go. Okay. It makes a lot of sense why Bitcoin is where it is. Okay. I'll just leave it off for the time being. So it makes a lot of sense about where Bitcoin is because the dollar supply has gone up a whole lot. So yeah, what's happening right now with interest rates is about inflation. It's also about the supply. The only way that you can take dollars out of the market is by raising interest rates, essentially stopping people from lending. Therefore, they can pull more off. All right. But that's what we talked about on Friday with Carlos and with Zach, that essentially the only way out of that would be to raise rates to the point where you would create a recession, maybe even a depression. And then how do you get out of that? Well, it's typically by printing more dollars again. So the best case scenario, this also, by the way, guys, is fucked. Like, look at the mortgage rate. Look at the mortgage rate. Yeah, it's curtailing spending, right? But there's also, right, that's true, Maverick. But if those moves are not actually helping reduce inflation, which they probably won't for a while, that means that the US dollar as a form of currency is eroding. That is very bullish for crypto. So, place your bets. Place your bets. The mortgage rate going up is definitely bearish, but it's under the rate of inflation right now. Technically, it's still a true negative yield. If you can get a mortgage for under 5%, inflation's at 7.5%, you're winning. You are winning. This is, I mean, like I said, I got pissed off like a few months ago when I thought that Bitcoin should have had its moment already and we should be at new highs because the dollar's a piece of shit, and it hasn't happened yet. But I still think the opportunity is there. So reevaluate in 3 months. Watch the dollar. I do not think that this resistance is easily overtaken. And if it is, this is the other side of that coin. If we just blow through this thing and all of a sudden you see a crazy strong dollar that just keeps on fucking going, duck, man. We're fucked. Like, really. Really, really. I don't think it'll happen, but like you know how every now and again I tell you guys alarms to set on your chart? Yeah, you should be setting alarms over here. That if we break out and like really break out, that's bad. So Bobby asked a little bit ago, Bobby Fexelrod asked a little bit ago, do I have a theory as to why the dollar is strong? I do. I do. No, that's not a good idea either, John. John. It's about thinning ass hair. I do, and Raoul Paul at Real Vision, of which I'm a subscriber, costs like $600 a year to be a subscriber, so I pay it because I like his macro and everybody's macro, approach. That's within Real Vision. Is the way the dollar dies is not immediately just like, you know, like you think of a shitcoin chart where all of a sudden it's like has this huge pump and then all of a sudden breaks down to zero. Like, that's not how this shit works. Because it's the world reserve currency, weakness in the dollar impacts other currencies first. You've already seen it happen. Okay? You've seen some third world, I'm doing quotes right now, but I don't want to lift my hands up because this has me in a decent spot for my neck right now. Third world, second world, essentially second tier, third tier fiat starting to fail already. If you see second tier and third tier fiat start to fail, what if you are those countries? Are you going to now denominate your balance sheet in? Yuan? No. Europe's in a war. You going for the euro? No. So actual relative dollar weakness affects the dollar last because those second tier and third tier currencies have to abandon their own fiat and they buy dollars. They buy dollars. Okay? That's why the dollar is having the run that it is. In fact, it's the case for why the dollar keeps going. But if we get to that scenario I'm just talking about, where the dollar is strong, yeah, yen, yuan, euro will be fine. I mean, you know, the pound is probably better. But if you get to that point where the dollar actually starts to truly roll over and it breaks down from its strength that it has now all the way through the support that we formed last May, you are going to see some unbelievable shit happen. And it's not going to be fun, man. Like, we joke about it now because we're in crypto. And the thing is, like, we have if you're listening to me now, you have a leg up because you're at least kind of like aware of crypto, and you can do something to help yourself here if this were to happen. Bobby, it's going to be far worse than 08. The thing is, I'm not comfortable giving a time frame on this. This could last years. This could last years, okay? It's not going to happen like before Q4, right? Like, it's going to take some time. So you kind of, I mean, that's why Satoshi did what he did, man. It's why Satoshi did what he did. Literally, it's the greatest achievement of a generation. And quite frankly, if you haven't read the Bitcoin Standard yet, you should. Because it talks about all of this shit. And it talks about the pitfalls of any sort of centrally controlled currency and how difficult it is to not print more during times of stress. In fact, it's how the fucking Roman Empire fell. It's how the Byzantine Empire fell. The same shit. They started taking the amount of gold out of their currency to essentially, there was 1 point whatever grams, now we're 4.8 grams, now there's 2.8 grams of gold. And they just started printing more, their version of more money, guys. Like, this is not new. This is not new. And so even gold, to a degree, has a finite supply, and it's held up the best. And by the way, gold will rip too. Okay, gold will rip too. Just Bitcoin will rip more. Because again, gold is still controlled by people who own it, right? And futures traders. Bitcoin has no such shortfalls. So I find myself becoming more and more of a overall theory of Bitcoin maximalist. I'm really not, right? I love alts way more. Alts are way easier than Bitcoin. For me anyway. So I just don't see a way that Bitcoin is not the answer. And every time Sailor type cats come out of the woodwork, right? Elon owns a shitload of Bitcoin. Okay, he does. Sailor and MicroStrategy, El Salvador. Every time another country adds it, or another company starts denominating their balance sheet in Bitcoin, that moves us closer to the end of fiat currency. Now, like I said, I'm not saying it's before Q4, this could take years. But this is why, if anybody asks you about crypto, what I usually say is this, a hand of Christ, this is what I tell people. You should be dollar cost averaging into Bitcoin every week, every paycheck, every month, whatever works for you. And it doesn't have to be a lot. Let's say maybe there's only a 10% chance that what I'm talking about happens. I think it's actually a lot more, but let's say there's 10%. Let's say it's 5%. Are you telling me that it's not worth taking 5% of your portfolio and putting it into Bitcoin? Yeah, it fucking is. It is. You have to. It's irresponsible not to. Because you cannot unring the bell that we have rung since the start of this pandemic. It can't happen. And a lot of people's lives are going to be ruined because of it. No shit, dude. A lot of people's lives are going to be ruined. We kind of laugh and joke about Bitcoin to the moon and shit, but for a second, think about the effects of that. A friend of mine was telling me yesterday, in his neighborhood, the housing prices are crazy. He lives in Florida, and he's literally, the housing market where I live is insane. And even though we're having issues with people locally, we're getting people from New York that are essentially moving from New York down to Florida because cost of living, and cops coming down that are retired after 20 years. I think it's only 20 there, with a pension of $80,000 a year. That's a lot of money in Florida. It's not a lot of money in New York. And so they buy these houses, $600,000, $700,000, $800,000 houses, because that's not shit compared to New York. And then you have this $80,000 pension to retire on. Okay, that's great. But you have a fixed income now of $80,000 US. And if you have a fixed income, if you have a pension, if you're on Social Security, you should be absolutely fucking irate at what happened to the dollar. Because every day a dollar is printed, that fucks with your life. But no one ever talks about that. So if we do get the rollover in dollar, that I think that we will, there's going to be massive casualties. I don't mean deaths. I just mean like people that suffer because of it. Anyway, if you think I'm wrong, tell me where I'm wrong. Happy to take on opposing opinions. I don't think I am. I don't think I am. Okay? I do not think I am. By the way, this is the invite link to the Telegram. I'm saying this again, sort of into the microphone, because I want you guys to hear this. I am opening up the Discord server tomorrow. I'm opening up the Discord server tomorrow. The Discord server will be open. And we are going to form research teams that specialize in certain chains and certain types of projects. The Discord has never been opened. The only people that are allowed in Discord right now are Twitch subscribers. And I've been talking about this stuff with them. So people who actually subscribe to this show, by the way, you can subscribe by clicking, I don't know, somewhere over there, I'm told. And, become part of the team. And you can get in early on Discord. If you're not in yet, let me know. But we're literally going to start this tomorrow, where we're going to organize research teams. I'm going to create a database, and we're going to try to milk the most out of these next 3 months that we can for everybody's benefit. If you're on the research team for, say, Matic, or for, say, Binance Smart Chain, or for Avalanche, or whatever it is, there's going to be people in there talking about that. And if you're not on that team, you can't talk in that chat. You can look, you can see what they're saying, but you cannot participate. And how do you get on those teams? You got to be vetted by me. Sorry. It's my fucking Discord. And if I don't know you, you're not probably going to get on the team right away. You got to prove to me that you're worth somebody being on these research teams, either by dedication or by skill. And it's going to be quite a thing, because we're going to have NFT experts in every chain. We're going to have, actual token researchers, small, medium, large cap organization. And it's going to be pretty great, because I think this is now the time for us to buckle down and get our shit together. So I wanted to do, the research teams are going to discuss over, they're going to be text channels. This is from T on YouTube. They're going to be text channels, so you'll be able to see people talking back and forth. I'll open voice channels too if we need to do that, but essentially you'll be able to see what's going back and forth. And if you have a comment about it, you can take it to main chat. But I don't want that to kind of fuck up everything else that's going on in there. So I want the research teams in the research area, and then if you have an interest about it, you can go to the main chat and talk about it. And I think tomorrow I'll be able to finally link the Telegram and the Discord. So there will be one main chat. It will be the same in Telegram as it is in Discord. But if you really want to get into this, if you really want to learn, you got to get into the Discord. Correct. Yeah. So T says in read permissions, even if you're not on the research team, right? Yes, that's correct. That's correct. By the way, I don't like to show my own subs and shit, but I have a subscriber channel in there that will always be there. And it's the only place I'm going to share my positions. I got to do something for the people that have been loyal forever. I've been doing this for a year. There's people that have been subscribed for a year. You have to connect your Twitch account to your Discord profile. If you do that, you get access to the subscriber chat in the Discord. And that's the only way you'll ever get access to the area where I actually share my positions. So, do it. Don't do it. I don't really give a shit. But you can subscribe with Prime and it doesn't cost you a dime. So, it's up to you. Only place I'm going to do it. So, if you want in, I just posted the link. If you don't want in, that's fine. I was doing this when there was nobody here. I'll continue doing that. Dopalici subscribes. I am Ferrant subscribes. Thank you. And Zeleni, I agree, dude. I agree. There's just no way for me to do that. Maybe I'll talk to my web dev friend and be like, is there a way we can do this outside of Twitch? But the thing is with Twitch subscribers, the more subscribers you have, the more likely you are to be shared as you're streaming to people that are just looking for shit. Bobby, if you're on Twitch right now, there should be like a button that says like subscribe with Prime. I don't know. I've never done it. I should subscribe to my damn self. No, wait, I did it once and then you have to like redo it every month. And I didn't do it while I was live, but my understanding is there's a subscribe with Prime like on my page somewhere right now. Like if you're watching me now on Twitch, it should say it somewhere. Dopalichi, when he subscribes, says, I've been gifted subs a couple times now. Time to do it myself. Bullish as hell on Discord research. Thanks, man. I am Farron subscribed again. I mentioned that. But I did not mention he's been a subscriber for 5 months. That's pretty sick. Is it desktop only? I see a lot of people ask about it on mobile. You know what, Bongo? That might be right. That might be right. So if you're not watching on desktop, it might be hard to see the subscribe with Prime. Oh, Nibbler just says you have to have your Twitch connected to the Amazon thing. So like, I think you have to kind of add that shit in. Gift me a sub. I'll send you beans or ETH. All right, I mean, yeah, you guys can do this shit however the hell you want. But anyway, yeah, so probably is if you're on your phone. John. Oh, look at that. John just gifted a sub. Very nice of you, dude. Very nice of you. So yeah, I will open up the Discord server. I might do it today. And I'm going to create a Google form where I want people to apply and say, I want to be a part of this research team and here's why. And quite frankly, if I can't understand it, I'm probably going to set up a call with you and we're going to talk about it. John, giving another one out to Bobby Faxelrod. Gifted 13 subs, dude. Very sweet of you. Thank you, John. Hype. Oh, we got the hype train to go. See, I was about to sign off. Now I can't. We got the hype train going. You don't ever turn off a hype train. Thanks, guys. I appreciate the support. As I mentioned before, the intro you saw today is the only thing I've ever purchased with the money I've gotten from subs. So that cost me like, they did a lot more than just that, but it cost me about $1,000. And I still have other money left over, but essentially I use it to enhance the stream. I'm having some other elements started. I'm going to start like a agenda over on that side of the stream. So essentially where it's covering like the tickers right now, I'm going to have that be like a stream agenda. Island Boy with the sub. Thanks, brother. So no, there's going to be ways to get into the Discord. So I want to make this clear. Okay. Discord's not open right now, for one. It's not open yet. The only way it's open right now is if you are a Twitch sub. The only way that you're allowed into the Discord right now is if you are a Twitch sub. I'm going to open it to anybody tomorrow. Anybody who wants to join the Telegram if you want to see it. You know, whatever. I will drop the link in there tomorrow when it's time. What I was saying is, if you want to join the Twitch subscriber area, it's the only place that I'm going to share my positions personally. I'm not going to share it in the Telegram. I'm not going to share it in the main chat anywhere. The only place I'm going to talk about my position specifically is in the subscriber chat room, because I got to do something to hook you guys up. I've literally been grinding on this shit for 14 months. The first times I streamed, I was thrilled if we got 8 people watching. Now we usually get about 250 on Twitch when it's all said and done. We get about another 80 on YouTube and another like 40 to 60 on Twitter, which is super cool, man. I want to be in the thousands though. Like straight up, I want to be in the thousands because we have too good of people doing too much good work. And by the way, a ton of people have reached out to me. I'm not just making this up, to say, I've never seen a Telegram room like yours, where it's not assholes, where it's people doing well, working hard, being respectful. Like we had a politics conversation yesterday, or maybe the day before. I don't remember. Today, it all runs together. And it ended with guys like virtually shaking hands and moving on, right? Like that's fine. It's fine. Be respectful. It's the only thing I care about, right? Ace, thanks, brother. Ace with the sub. Starflash made with the sub. Subscribe tier 1. They've been subscribed for 3 months. Starflash, dude, I don't know if I've actually seen you sub. Thank you so much, though. So yeah, if you are presently a Twitch subscriber, DM me on Telegram and I'll send you the link early. You can get in, check, click around, get your shit established, connect your account and be ready. But yeah, tomorrow we go live. We're opening this bitch up. We're going to open this bitch up tomorrow. I'm excited. I think it's worth it. I think we'll make a lot of money together. And you'll see the brains doing the research, talking about it in each research channel. Level 3 all aboard. What does that mean? Do we get a new emoji? Resident Sleeper. Twitch Hype Train. Unlocked. I don't know what this shit means, guys. I don't know this shit. Zeleny, one thing though. What? Yeah, no, I'm not doing every chain. Like if people, I already have it here. I'll tell you what it is. Let me pull it up. Right now I have Ethereum, Avalanche, Phantom, Matic, Binance Smart Chain, and Cosmos. That's it. I already have the channels created. And it's going to be siloed by each area. Yeah, thanks, fellas. I appreciate the subs. Truly, I do. I am very much at a net negative since I started doing this. I don't care. I do this for me. I have fun doing it. I don't need the money. It's my way of giving back. All right. If I need an ADA expert, Cardano will never have its own chain. Maybe I'll do an other. No, you fucking guys, you'll not. You're not gonna get me. Not gonna get me. So Tropic, man, I appreciate you saying that. Like I said, I like to give back as best I can. Some people really went out of their way to help me, Gainsey being one of them, a few other people that you guys know about, and just generally nice people. This is my way to give back. This is my way to give back. The reason why I actually solicit subs, it's the only way that I can to like prove out who my top fans are. And it does net me a little bit of money, which I pour back into the stream. And like, by the way, I'm triple boosting my own Discord server. Triple boosting my own Discord server right now. Oh shit, you're right. I will do that right now. I got caught up. So just like I said with Ethereum, where Ethereum did not make sense for where it stopped, neither does Solana. Okay? This is not a logical place for this to have stopped. It's not good enough. This 200 day with this pivot area does. Okay? That does make sense for a pullback. This does not to me. In fact, we're only getting our first down day. If we close down today on Solana, this is a lot to go. It just needs to move sideways and burn off some of that momentum. So that's what I see on Solana, but it looks really fucking good. And if by some grace of God, you see a dip down to 115 to 120, buy it. Okay? Zeleny. He's not a founder, by the way. Sam had nothing to do with founding Solana. AVAX, same deal. Made no sense that it stopped here. None. You had this baby pivot here, I guess. But I think it's more likely you see 112, maybe even higher, 120 on AVAX, and it's lagging. This shit is absurd. This shit is absurd. And it's going to keep going. AVAX, the God Candle, is coming. So there's my 2 cents on Soluna AVAX. Solunavax. Solunavax. Yeah. Solunavax. Yeah. I was trying to not double pronounce the letters. Anyway. Guys, this has been a lot of fun. I hope you've enjoyed it as much as I have. Discord opens tomorrow. Research teams open tomorrow. And I'm creating a bunch of other resources that will be in the educational tab on Discord, like how to use my MACD indicator, because I'm sick of people being like, all right, thank you for access. Now what do I do? But anyway, tell your friends, tell your family, join the Telegram, join the Discord. Yeah, the Discord will be in... hey, we got a level 2 hype train emote. Again, I don't know what the fuck that is. If you are in the Telegram, you will not be able to miss the Discord invite tomorrow. We need relational pool like BTC USD. Yeah. Yep. Share. Choo-choo. That's apparently what it looks like. Yikes. All right, kids, I gotta go. It's dinner time for my family. I'm gonna get yelled at. But as always, I appreciate all of you. Thank you for everybody who subbed today. We're gonna have fun. Link Marines, I'm glad you're here, bud. Hopefully you join the Telegram. You can come in, be part of the family.
5 to the 4 to the 3, 2, 1.
Word.
Can't subscribe, you're from Venezuela. Why not? Join the Telegram, send me a DM, Java. We can work something out. I never even thought about that. I didn't know that was a thing. And yeah, Zeleny, please do. N7, good seeing you here, bud. It's blocked like explicitly for Venezuela? That's nuts. Yeah, thank you all too. Have a good night. See you tomorrow for the grand unveiling of the Discord. It's not gonna be anything special, but we're gonna start the research teams and that's what matters. Evicted. Good to see you, bud.